Hello and welcome. It's Propel Marketing Advantage. Propel, the opportunity to propel your business to new heights. Marketing, obviously, and advantage, give you an advantage in the marketplace. This is going to be a site where there's going to be a ton of information, just a ton of information. I welcome anybody. I don't care if you're just brand new in business, if you're thinking about business, if you've been in business for a while. I want to share with you some unique perspectives, and this is going to be kind of fun. There's going to be tons and tons of information that will follow here. I have a blog. There's a bunch of things associated with this. And I want to touch on a couple of concepts for you that are, I think, different. In fact, how do you stand out in the industry? How is it that you have a dream? Most people have a dream. They have a vision. Something's occurred to them that what if? It's that old what if thing. What if I could? And then, you fill in the blanks. Well, people usually aspire to something until they finally get so beaten down by life that they give up. This is about, having a dream and having that vision in your head that you know that there's something better. There's something amazing out there that you want to live, whatever that is in your head. What if you knew that you could tap into something that would help you achieve those things? And no, click here, click there, and all of a sudden you're rich overnight. It's not that, not at all. I want to share with you a concept, and it's a concept that I think that as you see this evolve, you'll discover that it is fresh, it's different, it's something you're not seeing in the industry overall. How do you stand up against the rest of the industry that you're in, the marketplace that you're in, whatever the business that you're in or that you want to be? How do you stand up against the millions? I want to give you an example of something. I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can do it in a way that is succinct and you won't get lost in the explanation. There's a concept, and Amazon proved it in a very big way, and there's other companies like them that have done very well. It's about any business needing traffic, number one. But what's different? Getting traffic by itself is not necessarily difficult. It's easy to get traffic, and it's easy to get targeted traffic that's interested in what you have to offer. That really, in the end picture, is not the big challenge. And yet, everybody puts that as the end all. Gotta have the traffic. Well, yeah, you have to have traffic. However, that's not the hard part. That's not the tricky part. The tricky part is, what do you do with the traffic once you get the traffic? That's where you find the secret sauce. And if you look at Amazon, for example, they started out selling books. And getting traffic for their product wasn't the hard part. It was the difference in how they went about dealing with that traffic once they got it. Now I'm going to give you an example here that's going to sound initially maybe a little bit weird. I spent the better part of the last 10 years on the road. I noticed a couple of things. Number one, being on the road, and I live in Phoenix, and I drove, up to Denver, and I drove into places in California and a lot, and all over Texas, and spent a lot of time on the road with my business. I noticed a couple of things. One, when I was on the big freeways and going through West Texas, and if you live in West Texas, bless you. But you got to admit that when you're on that, you're at 80 miles an hour through West Texas, you're not going to be treated to an awful lot of great scenery. It's just miles and miles of miles and miles. And there you go, flying 80 miles an hour through all of that. As opposed to taking the back roads. If you could go, there's a lot of places around this country, and I've been to a lot of them, where you get to the back roads and the scenery is beautiful, just gorgeous. And you see all these things and places to stop and quaint little towns and things, and it's really cool what you see when you take the road less traveled. This is the point. The road less traveled. It's easy to take the big freeway and go 80 miles an hour and go for it. It's another thing to take the road less traveled and then and enjoy the richness of what you're about to experience. I hope this analogy is going to make sense to you. In marketing and in business, there is the road less traveled. It takes a little more effort to travel the road, but the richness along the way is incredible. So what I want to share with you is a concept that is, in fact, the road less traveled. I'm going to give you a concept here. If you get into business, the first thing any business is concerned with after they set up their shop and whatnot, and they go out and they have to find customers to come in. The secrets to success of any business, I don't care what the business is, the secret to success is what happens when the consumer reaches your location. When they get to your store, when they get to your location, when they get to your website, whatever it is, what happens once the traffic arrives? Are you taking full advantage of that traffic, or the traffic just comes in, takes a look, and walks away? This is a really, really big issue, and this is the difference. Knowing what to do with your customers, your traffic, once they arrive at your location. This is the secret. If you look at Amazon, they're very good at capturing their traffic. You know, their marketing efforts go far more to the people who already arrived at their site. Their marketing is geared around people that have entered their space, and their marketing and their success is based on building that base. It's called data aggregation, and it works. It works. It works. It works. And this is how these companies have hit the billions of dollar marks that they have. Amazon being one of the best examples. But can you as an individual do that? Well, absolutely you can. But you have to have a different perspective. And that perspective is around knowing what to do and how to uniquely deal with the people that come to your site. And I'm going to use a term here that's going to sound a little bit odd, but it's learning how to sell without selling. I'm sure you're like myself. You've been to a lot of different malls and places. You go into some shops, and they're character shops, and you're just enticed. I love kitchen gadgets. I've been in a lot of little kitchen shops. Well, sometimes you go in a little kitchen shop, and they just got everything in the world, and it's really fun. And you go in and you look, and it's enticing. And you have people, and this is key, people that are knowledgeable. When you deal with people who are knowledgeable, there's something about that draws you in. Real knowledge, experts at what they do. And when you talk to people that really understand the products that they offer, and you get into conversations with them, that's compelling, and it pulls you in. So what I'm saying here is that it's one thing to have traffic, it's another thing to be an expert in your field. It's another thing to provide information that is enticing. You can get in front of people and sell, and that's the wrong road to travel. You don't want to go there. Now, I'm going to give you an example. For the last 10 years, just shy of 10 years, I've been on the road. In my other my other business life, and I noticed some things that were kind of interesting. I did special events all over the country. I represented a product. It was an olive oil product, and it was I worked with a family out of Italy that did nothing but the very best. I mean, they were committed to high quality in every way, and you could taste the difference in the product. You could see the difference in the product. It was amazing. No, you probably know that if you're going to go buy olive oil at the store, you can't taste it. You can't. You look at the bottle, you have to kind of guess by price, by look of the bottle or the label, is that a good product or what? Well, the difference in what we did and on the road was that we went to these different big events, wine festivals and home shows and all kinds of different events. Well, we'd set up a shop, and everybody there was looking to take advantage of the fact that there was going to be a lot of traffic there. So traffic wasn't the issue. What made us different was that people had the opportunity, one, to taste the product, learn about the product, and recognize that there was a difference between that product and everything else that they'd experienced. This is a really big deal. What sets apart your product from others? Well, we hit over the $1 million annual $1 million mark in less than 4 years. With doing nothing but these little events, where I know people and got to know a lot of people who for years and years and years struggled from event to event just to maintain. Never really made a lot of money, but it was because they didn't do anything unique. The traffic was the same for everybody. The traffic was there, but what were they doing that was unique to anybody else in their market space? That's the question. Well, what we did online and on these shows is that we demonstrated a product. They were able to taste it. They were able to see it and experience it and learn about what it was, because we presented it in a very professional and thorough manner. So they learned something in the process. That's what drove the success. Well, it just happens to be that what we do online here with this business is much the same. It's the taking advantage of the fact that you've got people that can come in. That's, again, that learning how to do that is not hard. That's pretty much the easy part. But becoming knowledgeable on your product and being able to share that product rather than just to sell, is to provide necessary knowledge, intriguing, enticing knowledge that pulls people into the process. That's the trick. I'm saying this and I'm revealing the secret sauce behind in online marketing, because what we do is share with people the secret sauce. How do you do this? What are the ins and outs? How do you drive the traffic? How do you capture the traffic? What do you do to gain that traffic? It's all about those things. That's what this site is about. That's what the program is about. There's a statistic, and it's an unfortunate statistic in many ways, but 96% of the people who launch an online business fail. Straight up, never make it. Only 4% ever make it. So what's the difference with the 4%? The 4% have, by and large, they've learned to do a couple of things. They've learned, one, that their success involves usually the provision of more than just one product, more than one income stream. And secondly, that they know what that is about, and they take their time and attention to the idea that there is a difference in their product. Here's the information you need about the product. And by the way, even if there's not a major difference between you and your competitors, if you can present to your consumer information that is of value and do it better than your competition, then that's what makes you rise above. The secret is in taking care of the people that come to you, instead of just driving tons of people and only being able to capture a very small percentage. It's being able to fully utilize the people that come into your space. Is it intriguing? Is it attractive? Are they getting knowledge? Are they meeting people who know something about what they're doing? Are they finding information and whatnot that's unique to the rest of the industry? I hope I'm making my point. That's what this is all about, Propel Marketing Advantage. It's taking advantage of some things that most of the industry is not aware of. And that's what this website's all about. So I don't want to take a long time dribbling on about this, but there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of provision here that you can access and gain knowledge of. Do we have products? You bet. Sure, certainly we have products, specialty products. And you'll take a look at those things. But the point is here that when you enter this space, you're going to get tons of information, tons of insight that by itself will make a difference. It's like, instead of taking that big 4-lane freeway where you're going to go 80 miles an hour and pass everybody else, you are going to take the road less traveled. You're going to see a lot of things. You're going to learn a lot of things. And it requires an effort. This isn't, snap your fingers and it just happens. There's a lot of people out there that profess the idea that, a few clicks and you're in the money. Doesn't work that way. So, I'll end this one here and open up the doors to you to a ton of information. Thank you for taking the moment for this little welcome video. And I will see lots of you on the inside. And please leave comments. Leave comments and ideas and thoughts. We love sharing. And so thank you. Thank you again for stopping by. And there's lots of doors here to open. Okay? So thank you very much. And I will be seeing you on the inside here. Take care. God bless.